Thanks for joining us on the news at 3. I'm Richard Alechinwanyebe. The headlines. FCT Minister Barrister Nyesom Wike expresses satisfaction with progress of ongoing projects earmarked for commissioning. Chairman-elect Nuhu Daniel Kwali inaugurates Transition Committee for Kwali Area Council. Federal government scraps UTME requirement for NCE candidates. FRSC trains 305 senior officers to boost leadership service delivery. The news in detail. The Director of Media and Publicity Renewed Hope Ambassadors, Mr. Tunde Rahman, has said that President Bola Tinubu has delivered laudable transformational projects in the northern part of the country in line with his campaign promise to the people of the north. Tunde Rahman stated this in a news statement signed and made available to newsmen in Abuja. He said he said this is coming at a backdrop from some quarters that President Bola Tinubu has not kept his promise to the north. He said the Renewed Hope ambassadors embarked on from a Zuba Junction in the Federal Capital Territory to Kaduna, Kano, Jigawa, and Kebbi states to ascertain things for themselves. According to him, over 260 special intervention projects across the country through the Federal Ministry of Works, out of which the Northwest Zone, comprising Kano, Kaduna, Katsina, Jigawa, Sokoto, Kebbi, and Zamfara states, have 48 projects under construction. The Director of Media and Publicity Renewed Hope Ambassadors said the most iconic project is the construction of the much talked about Kaduna-Kano, Katsina-Maradi railway line that will connect several states in the north and Niger Republic, thus enabling interstate transportation, agriculture, and trade. He said the Kebbi section of the Sokoto-Badagry Superhighway covering phases 2A and 2B and stretching from kilometer 120 to kilometer 385 is progressing according to schedule. Tunde Rahman explained that with these projects, among others under construction and in various stages of completion in the northwest and across the entire northern region in just 3 years of the President Bola Tinubu administration, the development of the north seems assured. And the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Nyesom Wike, says ongoing infrastructure projects earmarked for commissioning as part of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's third anniversary celebrations are progressing steadily and meeting expected standards. Speaking after inspecting key projects across Kasana, the Body of Ventures area, and the Tungan Madaki along the Airport Road, Minister praised contractors for the quality and pace of work, expressing confidence that the projects will be delivered on schedule. He also highlighted ongoing efforts to complete street lights and road expansion works in some parts of the inspected areas.
So far, I didn't know you were in the meeting where the president directed. I'm not a member of APC, so I don't know what's happening in their screening. And I don't also know where they published the results of the screening. So it will be difficult for me to comment. Even if they do, why would I comment? I don't know the reasons they have. So of course, our own party will soon start their screening today, tomorrow. So that is where you should ask me question. What pertains to me, not what does not concern me. So that's what I answer.
No, I asked because
recently you have spoken about the adoption of coalition, Rainbow Coalition. Are you going to be using that for this upcoming screening?
Very much. That is the essence of the Rainbow Coalition. We'll look at it. We'll look at where we have the strength, we'll look at where these people have the strength, and we'll compare notes, and we're going to vote accordingly. Well, I'm not trying to defend AMAC, but you know that when it concerns the issue of tax, Nigerians don't like to pay tax. They can call you all sorts of names when it has to do with taxes. So, however, nobody has given us such a report. If we have that report, we don't know what to do. We'll call AMAC to order. There must be a civilized way of collecting taxes. But knowing what we experience too about payment of taxes, it will be difficult for me to say that they are right. It will be difficult. See what we are doing, and yet to pay tax is a very difficult one. So I don't want to give it. I don't want to have headache on that, because I know that We just don't want to comply with the rules. We want everything free in this country. That's what I'm saying, that because even when you don't want to pay, you will only come with to say, oh, you know, the board of operation. If you are paid, will anyone come and stop you, harass you in whichever method you want? I'm not saying that what they are doing is right, but knowing our taxpayers, knowing that Nigerians don't like to pay tax, even when the tax collectors come, they'll find one excuse or the other to give them bad. It has happened to us severally. So why would I not begin to say that it will not happen to another institution? So I don't want to say that they are right. Neither will I say that AMAC is correct. But I've said nobody has raised any complaint to us.
In continuation of consultations ahead of the All Progressives Congress, the APC House of Representatives primary election, Abuja South Federal Constituency aspirant Dr. Yahaya Musa Muhammad, popularly known as Arada, has met with the Gwagwalada Area Council executives of the party. Dr. Yahaya, who is seeking the APC ticket to represent Abuja South Federal Constituency, visited the Gwagwalada APC party office alongside members of his entourage, where he held a meeting with party executives and stakeholders. Our correspondent Abdullahi Mukhtar tells us more.
Speaking during the meeting, the former chairman of the FCT Secondary Education Board and Pro-Chancellor of Leadership University Abuja, Dr. Yahaya Musa Muhammad, emphasized the need for unity, fairness and justice among all aspirants ahead of the party primaries, whether through consensus arrangement or direct primary election.
Those that will preside over the consensus will look into the resume of all the aspirants, and I believe that justice will be done for the grace, for the sake of the party. I have never reneged on any assignment that have been given to me by the party, either at the local government or the state or national level.
The FEC hopeful, who is contesting for the Abuja South ticket for the third time, described himself as a loyal party man committed to the growth and success of the APC, urging members to remain hopeful and focus on the party's overall interests and the development of Nigeria.
There are still people who want this party, to progress, as the name of the party implies. The focal issue about the APC is putting Nigeria first. And that is what actually we are here to do. Let everybody put Nigeria first, and all be well, God willing.
Welcoming the aspirants, the Gwagwalada APC chairman, Mr. Jeremiah Samuel, advised all aspirants to remain committed to the party structure before and after the primaries. He urged contestants to embrace the spirit of sportsmanship by supporting whoever emerges victorious, noting that unity among party members will strengthen the APC ahead of the general elections.
And you can see today, the aspirant was received warmly. There was no differences. It shows that Gwagwalada has an aspirant also. That is to tell the masses that yes, APC as a party are actually ready for free and fair election in the party primaries at party level.
The consultation visit forms part of Dr. Yahaya Musa Muhammad's ongoing tour of the Abuja South Federal Constituency. He had earlier visited Abaji and Kwali area councils before concluding the consultation in Kuje area council. Abdullahi Mukhtar, ASO Television News.
The former chairman of Abuja Municipal Area Council, AMAC, Alhaji Abdullahi Adamu Kandido, has endorsed President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for a second term in office as president. He gave his endorsement at the Sarkin Jaf Aru Town Hall meeting in Jiwa, where members of the Candidate Progressives Network, CPN, convened a town hall meeting to discuss governance priorities for the FCT ahead of the 2027 general elections. Daniel Obi, also small.
The former chairman of AMAC, Alhaji Kandido, who addressed the press after the event, renewed calls for the creation of a second-tier government for the FCT to enhance grassroots governance and service delivery.
For us, we chose the Candidate Progressive Network. It's looking beyond personal advancement. We're looking at issues that has to do with generations yet unborn, right? And so, because of the constitutional challenges that the FCT has today, it is expected that we get the best among us.
Candido also declared the CPN's support for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's re-election bid, citing ongoing development projects in Abuja. The former AMAC chairman further endorsed Senator Philip Tanimu Aduda for the Senate, arguing that the FCT cannot afford to keep electing inexperienced lawmakers every 4 years.
For any legislator to achieve, what is worth for his people, he must have gotten enough legislative experience. And so for us endorsing Senator Philip Aduda for the FCT Senate is coming from the point of experience.
Speaking on AMAC Buhari Federal Constituency race, Candido commended Honorable Lawrence Onuchukwu, former deputy chairman of AMAC under his administration, for contesting the House of Representatives seats. He assured Onuchukwu of the CPN's willingness to work with him and offer recommendations where necessary. In his remarks, Honorable Lawrence Onuchukwu outlined his objectives for representing AMAC Buhari in the House of Representatives. He pledged to run an inclusive legislative agenda that carries both indigenes and settlers along in decision-making and development initiatives.
We also are aware that the House of Representatives is a law-making body. So I am going there to make laws as it affects the people of FCT positively. And I can assure you, I know the way problems are. One of the larger problems we have for those who have been there before now, they don't know where the problem is. I've been the vice chairman of Abuja Municipal Area Council. As a grassroots politician, I know where the problems are. And I'm going to touch it, and I'm going to iron it, and I'm going to fight it, and I'm going to lobby it, and make sure we solve the problem headlong.
The town hall meeting concluded with the inauguration of ward coordinators for the Lawrence Onuchukwu movement for the 2027 rep seat for AMAC Buhari. Daniel Obi, ASO Television News.
The chairman-elect of Kwali Area Council, Nuhu Daniel Kwali, has inaugurated a transition committee to ensure a smooth and effective handover process ahead of the commencement of the new administration. The inauguration ceremony was held on Monday at the Legislative Chamber of the Kwali Area Council, where the chairman-elect charged members of the committee to discharge their responsibilities with dedication, transparency, and a strong sense of public service. The transition committee is chaired by Isua Azaki, while Olufunsho Odefemi serves as secretary. The committee has been given a 3-week mandate to engage with relevant stakeholders, review key administrative issues, and provide recommendations that will ensure a seamless transition and effective take-off of the incoming administration. Speaking during the inauguration, Honorable Nuhu Daniel Kwali expressed confidence in the competence, experience, and commitment of the committee members to deliver on their assignment successfully. He stated that the setting up of the committee reflects his administration's readiness to provide purposeful leadership anchored on transparency, inclusiveness, accountability, and people-oriented governance. The chairman-elect further assured residents of Kwali Area Council of his determination to work collaboratively with all stakeholders to advance development and improve the welfare of the people. Meanwhile, the national chairman of the ruling All Progressives Congress, Professor Nantawe Yelwada, has called on all aspirants seeking elective positions on the platform of the party to conduct themselves with utmost discipline, maturity, and statesmanship ahead of the forthcoming party primaries across the country. Professor Yelwada gave the charge in a statement by his special advisor on media and information strategy while addressing aspirants who recently underwent screening exercises conducted by various committees constituted by the party for the 2027 electoral process. The APC national chairman stressed that the party remains committed to transparent, peaceful, credible, and democratic primaries that will further strengthen internal democracy and consolidate the confidence Nigerians continue to repose in the ruling party. He warned that the leadership of the party would not tolerate any act capable of disrupting the smooth conduct of the primaries, noting that any aspirant or supporter found instigating violence, sponsoring unrest, engaging in anti-party activities, or attempting to undermine the integrity of the process would face severe disciplinary measure, including immediate suspension from the party. According to him, the APC has painstakingly built a reputation as the most organized and nationally accepted political platform in Nigeria, and no individual ambition will be allowed to override the collective interest of the party and the stability of the nation. The APC national chairman reminded the aspirants that contests of such nature inevitably produce winners and non-winners, stressing that democracy thrives on healthy competition, mutual respect, and acceptance of outcomes. You're watching ASO Television News. Don't forget that you can watch us live on DSTV channel 392, StarTimes TV channel 127, and on Free TV. Look us up on channel 507. On the UHF band, you can find us on channel 38. This news is also streaming live on our YouTube channel. Now, still to come, federal government scraps UTME requirement for NCE candidates. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Some things don't arrive. They've always been. Not for a day, for all of time. Until quietly, something shifts. Moving from someday to now. Women are not honored in time. They are woven through it, shaping every story, every voice, every breath. We are because she is, and because tomorrow they will be.
The Magistrate Court in Wuse Zone 2, Federal Capital Territory, on Tuesday remanded the expelled former chairman of the Social Democratic Party, Shehu Gaban, for alleged financial misappropriation and other charges. The case between Gaban and the current chairman of the SDP, Sadiq Abubakar, are contained in case file number DCC/10/2026 before the FCT Chief Magistrate Court. Here is the report. Gaban, alongside Chukuma Ochechukwu, were arraigned on 6-count charges bordering on financial misappropriation at SDP amounting to over 35 million naira, forgery, and the breach of trust. However, Gaban at the hearing pleaded not guilty before the court of the Magistrate Court, Amuche Onyedum. The magistrate therefore granted Gaban 3 million naira bail with 2 sureties within Abuja. Speaking at the hearing, Abubakar said the opposition party decided to drag Gaban before the court in an effort to cleanse it from external influences.
The time under review 2022-2023. So we wrote INEC to say this is what has happened. INEC, this is what is in our audit report, this is what the chairman submitted, and this is what is in our bank account. We submitted our bank statement to INEC and asked INEC to prosecute the expelled national chairman. INEC did not that under Mahmoud. Throughout this time, they continued to drag us back. So at the end of the day, we felt out that we have to took the matter to the court of competent jurisdiction to try him so that the money will be returned to the party. According to him, the party had asked the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to prosecute Gaban, but nothing was done, which is the reason they brought the matter before the judiciary. The way asphalt are to the road construction and roads to building construction, so are the political party to our democracy. If we are to present candidates, there will be president, governors, senators, members of the House of and State Assemblies, chairmen and councillors. I think at the party level we're supposed to cleanse the party to make it corrupt-free and so on and so forth. So that is why we are cleansing the party. In the process, an audit report of the party was submitted to INEC that said that the party within their under review were able to make only 32 million and almost 31 of that money was squandered. Recall that Abubakar was elected as the chairman of SDP during the party's national convention held in Bauchi on May 9, 2026. At the weekend, thugs suspected to be loyal to Gaban had put down the gate of the SDP's national secretariat. The SDP had on June 24, 2025, suspended Gaban, national youth leader Ogbonna Ochechukwu, and national auditor Clarkson Nnadi over alleged misconduct and financial impropriety. The party's National Working Committee later adopted the committee's white paper and announced the expulsion of Gaban and Ochechukwu over alleged gross misconduct and abuse of office. Some SDP state chairmen had also backed the expulsions and accused the former leadership of allegedly diverting close to 1 billion naira belonging to the party.
Now, candidates seeking admission into Nigerian Certificate in Education (NCE) programs in colleges of education will no longer be required to sit for the Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination (UTME). The Minister of Education, Tunji Alausa, announced this on Monday during the JAMB 2026 policy meeting in Abuja. Under the new guidelines, prospective students will only need a minimum of 4 O-level credits in skills certificate to qualify for admission. According to the Education Minister, the move is designed to ease the administrative burden on the Joint Admissions and Matriculations Board, JAMB, and to harness the positive orientation towards the teaching profession. He stated that it is imperative to emphasize that such candidates shall mandatorily register with JAMB and their credentials duly screened, verified, and certified for the issuance of admission letters through CAPS in accordance with extant regulations. Dr. Lausa said the exemption is extended to candidates seeking admission into national diploma programs in non-technology, agricultural, and agriculture-related cases. According to him, the policy will not only ease the pressure associated with the UTME, but also encourage greater participation in teacher education and agricultural programs, both of which are critical to national development. The policy will take effect from next year. The governor of Edo State, Monday Ekpebolo, has condemned in the strongest terms the murder of a youth at the main gate of the University of Benin, UNIBEM, by gunmen in broad daylight on Sunday. In a statement released by his chief press secretary on Monday, Governor Ekpebolo described the brazen and cold-blooded killing on a day regarded as a sacred day by many as an affront to human dignity, a threat to public safety, and an attack on everything his administration stands for. He termed the act completely unacceptable. The governor also extended his heartfelt condolences to the family, friends, and associates of the deceased, whose life was violently and senselessly cut short. According to the statement, the Edo State Police Command has commenced investigations into the incident, while security agencies are working round the clock to identify and apprehend all those responsible, insisting there will be no escape from justice. Governor Ekpebolo assured the public and the victim's family that the case will not be swept under the rug, reiterating his administration's firm resolve to stamp out cultism in all its forms across Edo State. The governor highlighted that since assuming office, his administration has taken deliberate and sustained steps to confront the court menace head-on. The Director General of the National Youth Service Corps, Brigadier General Olakunle Nafiu, has appealed to the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to increase the remuneration of corps members that serve as ad hoc staff during elections. He also requested for timely payments of insurance benefits or medical support to corps members that pay the supreme sacrifice or suffer injuries on election duties in the country. He made the appeal when the chairman, Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Joash Amopitan, paid him a visit in his office at the National NYSC National Directorate headquarters in Maitama, Abuja. General Nafiu said granting these requests would encourage more corps members to participate in the conduct of elections and as well as perform their roles with more zeal as patriotic Nigerians. He also urged INEC to expedite action on timely release of names of corps members that will serve as electoral officers, adding that these would enable the scheme to make adequate preparation before the election days. The chairman of INEC in his remarks described corps members as the most dedicated, educated, and patriotic election duty staff whose presence at the polling unit has brought neutrality and public confidence that is irreplaceable. He reiterated INEC's commitments to working with NYSC and other security agencies to ensure that safety protocol is strictly enforced to protect every corps member on election duty. The Southeast Development Commission, SEDC, has announced final day and investment ceremony of its inaugural Southeast Venture Capital Program pitch competition for May 25th and 26th, 2026 at the International Conference Center, Enugu State. A statement by Executive Director of Finance, Chairman of the program, Mr. Stanley Ohajuruka, explained that the finalists will present to a panel of experienced investors and sector experts on Monday, May 25th, with 30 ventures to be selected across both tracks. Correspondingly, the Commission invites founders, technology practitioners, investment companies, development finance institutions, institutional investors, diaspora capital holders, policy makers, ecosystem partners, and members of the public to witness what represents one of the most significant public commitments to start-up investment in Southeast Nigeria. The Southeast Venture Capital Program is a flagship initiative of the Commission aligned with the vision of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as articulated in the Renewed Hope Agenda, page 50, which prioritizes innovative financing mechanisms to support local funding opportunities for startups while strengthening investor confidence in Nigeria's economy. The Executive Director of Finance Chairman said the program reflects a deliberate effort to move beyond fragmented interventions towards a more structured and credible venture capital ecosystem for the Southeast, combining capital deployment with venture development and institutional partnerships. The Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, has commenced a nationwide strategic leadership training program for 305 senior officers as part of efforts to strengthen operational efficiency, professionalism, and service delivery. The week-long capacity building program launched at the FRSC headquarters in Abuja is targeted at Chief Route Commanders and Assistant Corps Commanders drawn from formations across the country. Representing the Corps Marshal Shehu Mohammed, the Deputy Corps Marshal for Training, Abiodun Akinlade, said the initiative is part of ongoing reforms aimed at improving leadership, operational coordination, and ethical standards within the Corps. According to the FRSC, the training is designed to equip senior officers with modern traffic management skills, emotional intelligence, and enhanced public engagement strategies needed to address emerging road safety challenges. The Corps also said the program forms part of its broader institutional transformation agenda focused on continuous learning, safer roads, and improved command efficiency nationwide. And that story brings us to the end of the news at 3. But before we go, a recap of one of our major stories again. We told you that the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Ezinwonye Sonwike, says ongoing infrastructure projects earmarked for commissioning as part of President Bola Tinubu's 3rd anniversary celebrations are progressing steadily and meeting expected standards. I am Richard Alichinwanyebe. Many thanks for watching. Good afternoon.